It is 9:18 p.m. May 14th, 2014. I am Nightmare Comics 1 and Arrow Season 2 just wrapped up. If you've been following this channel, you follow my Twitter account, you know I'm a big fan of this show. I even have a Season 1 review posted on here where I say the show is really good, hasn't hit its stride, could be great, all that. It just hadn't reached its potential. I think it is very safe to say the potential has been reached. Dear God, this was awesome. Like, did it have the usual network TV tropes? Yeah, of course. I mean, did it have this heightened level of cheese? Of course. It's network TV, y'all. But in terms of just being a thrill ride, from the beginning, fun from beginning to end. Dear God, I was on the edge of my seat this entire hour. So many things to talk about. Or the finale. So many things to talk about. I won't delve too much into the finale. Let me just talk about the season in general. Spoilers for Season 1, by the way. And it's probably spoilers throughout this. If you hadn't seen any of Season 2, cut us off. If you know we left Season 1, Malcolm Merlin was defeated. Killed as we thought. Oliver is still doing his thing. Well, he's upset because of what happened to Tommy at the end of Season 1. Tommy is his best friend. Tommy died at the end of Season 1. So he goes to the island to meditate, shit like that. City's out of control. He's on the island away from it all. The island that he spent 5 years on before they found him. Felicity and Diggle, they go and get him. He comes back to the city. Oh, blah, as he's in the city, things start to change. He faces new enemies. He realizes that he kind of has to change how people view him if he wants to be, if he wants to actually make things right with the city. He has to become a hero, not a hitman. You know what I mean? And all the while, like, these things are happening. There's a new villain that arises named Brother Blood. All these things are happening, and we realize all these things have been put into motion by Slade Wilson, his good buddy that was on the island with him. I mean, for, I guess, 2 years now. I guess each thing represents a year, but the season finale let us know. Okay, I'm going to get to that. Slade is upset because, as we find out later, why Slade is upset that Oliver let the chick that he was in love with die. So, he was mad, and he wanted revenge. That's why he was in Starling City, to bring Ollie's life down. To pretty much kill everybody he's cared about, take his company away, all that stuff. Oh my God. Like, Slade this season. I'm just going to talk about that's the synopsis of the season. Major points happen here and there. I'll probably hit and touch on throughout this review. But that's pretty much what the season's about. Slade is incredible. Manu Bennett as Slade Wilson, a.k.a. Deathstroke, is incredible. Like, Ron Perlman, I thought it would get no better in terms of just voicing Slade. This is live action, this is different, but that voice is exactly what I believe Slade Wilson would sound like. It's kind of incredible. The way he handled the role was incredible. He was such he demanded the screen. He was such a captivating villain to watch all season. It was kind of incredible. There were so many nods to the comics in this season, man. Like, we finally got the League of Assassins, which is nuts because I kind of predicted it Season 1, but I didn't think we'd get it to this extent. No Ra's al Ghul appearance. I'm just going to ruin that, but I didn't expect it. Anybody that did, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that did, I kind of feel bad for you. But yeah, I didn't expect it. It was character deaths, big character, one huge character death in this. That's just a powerful, powerful scene, and so necessary when it happens. Laurel this season was a character that I really couldn't stand. And then by the end of the season, she ended up redeeming herself, and then I ended up really, really liking her. And they really did this nice nod to kind of say, hey, all y'all that thought this was going to happen, this is not what's going to happen. Something else happened to where this might actually happen. I don't want to ruin that. You'll see in the finale, because that was genius. Diggle got some. He like at first. This is my one flaw with the show. Diggle, I really like him as a character, but during a lot of the season, he really had nothing to do, and like he was just kind of a part of the team, kind of just there. You know what I mean? But then he got the Suicide Squad episode. Yes, the Suicide Squad is in this show. Yes, the Suicide Squad, and this Suicide Squad consists of Deadshot. Who was it? Deadshot, Shrapnel, Bronze Tiger, and Diggle. And I think I'm forgetting Diggle's wife. But I think I'm forgetting somebody too. I don't think China White wasn't a part of it. No, she wasn't. But she's in this season also. She was in season 1. But that was cool. But he really didn't have much to do until that episode, seemed like. Felicity is a really cool character. I love Felicity. Felicity is great. Like Felicity is she's a nerd. She's funny. I mean, she's also a strong character too. She's not just some helpless girl. She always does what she can to help. And then in this season, people wanted something to happen, and is it gonna happen or not? I don't know, but I'm kind of glad they didn't just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? I'm really glad they didn't. Let's see, what else? This is not the best review. The Flash. Barry Allen makes his debut into the CW universe in this season with a 2-parter. And it's teased him being the Flash. And you've seen all these promos and stuff like that. All that was done well. All of that was done well. Let's see, what am I forgetting? Who am I forgetting? Yeah, Thea was cool this season. We find out something very shocking about her that I will ruin. Malcolm Merlyn is actually not dead. He appears in front of Moira Queen, and we find out that Moira Queen and him had an affair, and Thea is actually his daughter. They did something really, really fucking cool with Thea at the end. That was nuts, and I don't know what that's gonna lead to. But my God, and it actually made sense. It gave her every reason in the world to, leave the city. You'll see, because they actually set everything up really nice. Roy had so much development this season. You won't believe. You found out Oliver was the Arrow. All that stuff, man. There's so much character development that you wouldn't believe. And that season finale, I was marking out like a little bitch when he was finally doing things with Ollie in the costume. Well, not the costume really, but something like the costume. Amanda Waller's great in this. For the little time she's in it, she's just as bitchy as you would expect. The female Nick Fury, as I like to call her. She thinks she's doing the right thing, but she doesn't care how it gets done. Doesn't care if she got to fuck with. She will sacrifice the few to, protect the many. She's a bitch. Exactly what you expect. And the chick that plays is really great. I just hate they went with the new 52 Amanda Waller, which is what you would expect. I just kind of miss Fat Amanda. Why she had to get skinny all of a sudden, I just don't understand that. But I don't get that at all. But I expected that. But yeah, like so many teasers to comic books, man. So many like different nods to the comics. So much nice, nice little thing. Like Ferris Air is like an entity, like they're like a company in this show, which leads me to believe that at some point you gotta think that Green Lantern will be in this, Hal Jordan. You gotta think that at some point. The Count was back in this and he still sucked. But I have a theory about that I don't actually think that's Vertigo. I think that's just some guy that is a person that was impersonating Vertigo. I believe that when we see Vertigo, he will actually be a count. You know what I mean, and actually have the power similar to what he has in the book. He'll be Count Vertigo. I really think that. That's just my bold prediction because he's like one of Ali's main villains. I would imagine that he's got to be in the show in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? So, there's that. Yeah, man. But the whole season, it's just like a cat and mouse game, man. The action scenes in the show have stepped up so tremendously. Like the finale had this gigantic group action scene where, okay, this is gonna be spoilers, but there's a drug called Mirakuru, and when the person takes it, it gives them superhuman strength and abilities and things like that. But the only drawback is that it makes them go crazy. So Slade devised an army of these superpowered dudes, while Oliver had the cure to said to turn said army back to normal. And there was a scene where they were in this tunnel, and it was like Ali and his group of people. I won't ruin the entire group of people because I want y'all to actually watch this. But Ali and his group of people, including Roy, and I'll say that much, and Slade's soldiers. And that action scene is incredible. Like, I lost my fucking mind. Like, it looked like, honestly, it looked like a movie. Like, honestly. It really like a movie action scene. It was marvelous, man. It was marvelous. The storytelling in here is awesome. Like, the writing in that finale was, like, it's so obvious. It's right in your face. Right in your fucking face. It's so obvious, like, why he did that, what was going to happen, but you still don't see it coming. You know what I mean? And it got me, like, because I did not see it coming, even though I should have, because it was obvious. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. What more can I say about this that I hadn't said yet? I don't want to sit here and ramble, man. All I want to know is that how in God's name are they going to top themselves in season 3? The Flash, is getting his own spinoff, as I told y'all. I wonder how that's going to be. It's by the same people. I imagine it's going to be good because Greg Berlanti, Mark Guggenheim, dudes with 2 questionable resumes, but as showrunners on the show, they've been marvelous. They've taken everything that usually doesn't work with this network, and they still have the usual CW tropes, the soap opera relationship, still here. You know what I mean? The so-so actors, minus a few, still here. But the thing that gets you is that they remain true to Green Arrow and to the DC universe. And even when they deviate from certain things and they take liberties with certain things, like how they did Ravager, it wasn't Slade's daughter, but it made sense for the story. You know what I'm saying? And all of that, you know what I mean? And then she acted like Ravager, you know what I mean? The way Ravager treats Slade, well, at first. The way she treated Slade at first, you know what I mean? And all that stuff, man. It's just, like, this show is exactly what we wanted, and we were afraid we weren't going to get. Because I remember season 1, when I watched that first episode, I immediately thought, I was like, before I watched it, I was like, this is going to be stupid. I prejudged the show because it's the same network that gave us fucking Smallville. I fucking hate Smallville. If y'all don't know me, I don't want to talk about Smallville, but I hate that show. And I was like, okay, I hope this isn't as bad as I think it's going to be. Thought the first episode was really good. Watched the second one, thought that was good. Watched the third one, thought that was good. Thought it was good enough to keep me interested. Then it got to, I think it was called The Gauntlet. No, not The Gauntlet. But whatever episode it was in season 1, where Oliver showed Tommy that he was him. And I was like, okay, this show is awesome. And it stayed awesome. And it hasn't stopped being awesome since that point. Season 2, legit, I think, had one so-so episode the entire season. Everything else was good, great, or amazing. Arrow Season 2 is phenomenal. Like, I'm not just saying this because I am a DC Comics fan. Well, not so much anymore, but that I grew up a DC Comics fan. And I grew up liking Green Arrow. And, reading shit like Longbow Hunters. And, and Quiver. And Green Arrow Year One. And, the Neil Adams, Green Lantern, Green Arrow stuff. I'm not even just saying that because of that. I'm saying it because this is truly one of the best dramas on television. It really is. Like, it is so engaging. I'm not even kidding. It's so engaging. Like, is it up there with the, with the Game of Thrones of the world, with the, you know what I'm saying, just American TV. I'm not counting BBC because, England has some high-end stuff over there. I'm not even counting stuff like Downton Abbey and Sherlock and shit like that. I'm talking about just American television. Is it up there with Game of Thrones? I don't know about that. I mean, is it up there with Mad Men? Definitely not. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's right below it, I think. I think in terms of network TV, hadn't seen Hannibal. A lot of people tell me it's incredible. But I feel like aside from that, I've seen practically everything else that you need to see on network TV. It's better than all that. It's better than all that. Like, I'm excited about Gotham because I want to see, how they do Batman Smallville pretty much. So that's what it is. I want to see how they do it. I am curious, but I doubt it'd be better than this. I doubt it. I doubt that, I'm excited about Flash. It's the same creative team, but I still doubt it'd be better than this. You know what I mean? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just wrapped up. I'll probably do a video about that. That was a great season finale, by the way. Great season finale. It's not fucking with this. Like, it's not even fucking with season 1 of this. You know what I mean? And I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a lot. I'm glad I stuck with it. I didn't at first, but now I like it a lot. It's not this. And season 2, showed a lot of promise, especially that last episode of season 1. It looks like it could be something truly special in season 2, but I still doubt, it'll be this. Like, season 2 of Arrow, I bullshit y'all not. Like, if you have read DC Comics, a DC comic at any point in your life, and you haven't at least checked this show out by now, something's seriously wrong with you. Like, I there's no defense for it. Like, I think it's a show that you can recommend to anyone. But I think that, and I know you get some enjoyment out of it, but I think that if you read DC Comics in any capacity, or read DC Comics in any capacity, you've not seen this show, you have failed. Like, you have absolutely failed. There's no need for you to ever read any other DC comic again because you have failed. This show is one of the best adaptations of any DC property I have ever seen. Like, Justice League type, Batman animated series. It's not anything like that. The Nolanverse. But I feel like it should be lumped in with that group in terms of adapting a character for, in some other form of media. This is hands down, to me, the best comic book related show of all time. Definitely the best superhero show of all time. That's not even debatable. Definitely the best comic book superhero show, live action show. Live action. I ain't counting animated, but live action of all time. This needs to be seen by everyone. The finale tonight was so kick ass. I'm done talking, man. You just need to watch this show. Good day to y'all.